tonight at 5.
I had no idea these guys were buying a bunch of guns, ma'am. I had no idea. Richard was buying whatever he was buying. All I know is I was going to go there to serve him some dope, and that was it.
A man accused of running drugs and guns at a downtown hotel wants to share his side of the story.
A judge says he may be a threat to public safety. Denver7 continues to investigate what was happening at the Maven Hotel. Drug deal or something much worse?
Plus, the Midsummer Classic puts an exclamation point on Denver's rebound. We're downtown as fans pour in for the home run derby.
As a young kid, I was 8, 9 years old. Being able to come to an all-star game was a big privilege. So to be able to play in it is a huge honor.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Denver7 News at 5. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. We're glad you're with us. Today we got our first look at all 4 people arrested at the Maven Hotel Friday night. They are Richard Platt, Kanalewa Sirakawa, Gabriel Rodriguez, and Ricardo Rodriguez. And bond for each set at more than $50,000. And
today we learned more about the heroic housekeeper who spotted guns in one of the hotel rooms. Court documents show the housekeeper told a supervisor. That supervisor ran the room number, looked up the vehicles associated with the rooms, and went out to check on those cars. And the supervisor could plainly see high-capacity magazines in a white Mercedes. And the arrests came a few hours later. Denver police characterized this as a guns and drugs deal, but high-ranking sources told Denver7 over the weekend that officers feared a Las Vegas-style shooting.
Denver police have not directly refuted that claim, saying only that people are safe at the All-Star game. That's the headline there. Denver7's Liz Gilardi broke the story and spoke to one of the suspects this afternoon and joins us now live. Liz?
Well, and Shannon, what we've been trying to piece together from the very beginning is how these suspects might be connected and what, if any, relationship they have. We're here at the Denver jail where we spoke with Gabriel Rodriguez this afternoon. He told me he's a dope dealer. That's why he had a gun, and that's why he was delivering a pound of meth to the Maven Hotel. But he said he had no intention of hurting anyone. Rodriguez said he only knew one of the other suspects, Richard Platt, and that Platt wanted him to drop off drugs at the hotel. He told us he went to the restaurant in the lobby, but he was arrested before he ever made it to the room.
I was there to drop off a pound of dope, some heroin, and I'm sorry I had a gun on me. That's what dope dealers do. I should have known better, ma'am. I do know better, you know?
All of the suspects appeared in court today, and court documents show one of the suspects requested a longer stay at the Maven Hotel and requested another room with a balcony. That document also said there was concern about a mass casualty event. It stated, and I quote, "It should be noted this information was concerning to officers due to the location of the rifle, ballistic vest, duty belt, and requesting a room with a balcony, coupled with the fact the All-Star game was happening in the immediate area of the hotel." Gabriel said he had no knowledge of the guns or a plan to cause harm, but he understands that fear.
I totally understand. I would have been scared for my kids too. I totally understand that, ma'am. But that's not my style. I'm not gonna do that. I had no idea these guys were buying a bunch of guns, ma'am. I had no idea. Richard was buying whatever he was buying. All I know is I was gonna go there to serve him some dope, and that was it.
And Rodriguez was out on bond on a previous drug-related charge. He told me today he has a fiance, he has 2 little boys, and he was simply delivering those drugs because he needed the money. Reporting live tonight, I'm Liz Gilardi.
Liz, thank you. And there is more security downtown in the wake of the Maven Hotel arrests. You can make an argument that downtown Denver is one of the safest places in the country right now. The crowds have lived up to expectations. There are tens of thousands of people downtown right now. Many of them said they are not fazed by the weekend arrests.
I've seen a lot of police presence. I've seen a lot of presence with private security firms. So that makes me feel a little safer. It's just kind of the nature of the times we live in right now. So I think Denver's doing its job in keeping people safe. They take it very seriously.
All right, so it may be too late for home run derby tickets, but you can still get your hands on All-Star game tickets. StubHub says the average price right now, $508, but you still can find a few for under $200.
And there's a lot going on outside Coors Field. Denver7's Lionel Bienvenu soaking up the festivities on Blake Street tonight. Lionel?
Yeah, guys, this is the hot ticket, the home run derby, right? I mean, look, the game itself is going to be great tomorrow, but this, for pure entertainment, the derby cannot be beat. I mean, it's become the main attraction of All-Star Week here. And here at Coors Field, it's hot. We're a mile high. There's no humidor. Ha! You better not park your car on the street behind the stadium. Windshields are at serious risk here tonight. We got a bevy of baseball bashers in the home run derby, led by our own Trevor Story, Rocky shortstop, owner of a 505-foot blast onto the concourse at Coors Field in 2018. And then the main attraction in the entire world, that's Shohei Ohtani. He made history today. He was named the starting pitcher for the American League and the DH with 33 homers, and he's in the home run derby. It's amazing. And there's defending champ Pete Alonso, who won the derby in 2019. And Trevor Story told us today he might not be the favorite to win it, but he's the home favorite, right? And this is special for the Rockies and for the fans.
Anytime we've chosen to do an event like this, it's pretty special. So, yeah, I want to go out there and represent well for Colorado and our fans.
Somebody's going to hit it over, hit it out of the ballpark. I mean, literally hit it out of the ballpark. I don't know who it is.
Who would you pick?
I don't know. Maybe Alonso. I think he's maybe has the most raw power, but I could see that happening.
If I hit one out of the stadium, then that'd be great. But if I don't, I'm looking to still have more home runs than everybody else.
Bud Black just said you would be his pick to hit one out. You think just power-wise, though, you feel like you probably could if you catch one right?
Yeah, anything's possible here in Coors.
You know, I want Story to win, personally. Obviously, I'm excited to watch Pete Alonso again, and Ohtani obviously is going to put on an absolute show. But it's going to be crazy. I think this will be one of the better ones we'll see in a long time.
All right, we are ready for it at 6 o'clock tonight. Some news and notes. Max Scherzer named the starting pitcher for the National League, not German Marquez of the Rockies. Oh, well, he wasn't too upset about it. We talked to him today. He's fine with it. Also, Nolan Arenado, your starting third baseman from the Cardinals. All right, guys, people are pouring into the stadium. Home run derby at 6. We'll be back with more at 6, and we'll see you then.
It'll be a fun night. Lionel, thank you very much. Have fun out there.
Thanks, Lionel. And we've got you covered this All-Star Week. Make sure to join us for more stories on Denver7 Plus for your favorite streaming device. We're talking to a 9-year-old whose passion for baseball cards might turn into a side hustle. And we caught up with Governor Jared Polis about his smooth swing.
All right, Denver City Council is likely to sign off on Phil Washington as the new CEO of Denver International Airport. Washington led RTD and the Los Angeles Metro system before being chosen for this job. The previous CEO, Kem Day, spent 13 years in the job before retiring earlier this year.
The body of Cassie Stratton has been identified weeks after her condo near Miami collapsed. Stratton was on the phone with her husband Mike when that building came down. She was a model and an actress who split her time between Florida and Colorado. And her family is asking for privacy while they plan a memorial.
An elderly Idaho Springs man had a stroke after a police officer tased him 6 weeks ago. His family believes that encounter may have wrecked the final years of his life.
The officer involved is facing a felony charge, and Denver7's Gary Brode spoke to the family attorney who says that's not enough.
75-year-old Michael Clark remains hospitalized, where he's been since an encounter with Idaho Springs police in late May.
Everyone has been in anguish, stressing, despaired, worried he's going to die for the past 6 weeks.
Sarah Shelke is Clark's lawyer, who also represents Karen Gardner, the 73-year-old woman who had her arm broken by a Loveland police officer.
It seems like the chief of police saw it and knew enough to say, I'm not going to be Karen Gardner round 2. Let's criminally prosecute this officer.
On May 30th, the Idaho Springs Police Department was called to Clark's apartment on Riverside Drive. The Clear Creek District Attorney says it was for an alleged assault on a woman by a neighbor. Shelke says Clark and his neighbor were pounding on each other's walls.
It's such a big slamming sound, it has such a racket accompanying it, that he sits up and he bangs on the wall and he says, hey, keep it down over there. I'm trying to sleep.
When officers arrived, they said Clark had a sword-like weapon on him. Not long after, the DA says Clark and Officer Nicholas Hanning got into what they described as a physical altercation. Shelke calls that misleading.
He was standing in his own home, unarmed, for 19 seconds, and then one of the officers tased him and tackled him.
Shelke says Clark has had several medical issues as a result.
The heart complications from being tased, that led to all of a sudden he was throwing up blood, and then 12 hours after that he has a stroke.
The Idaho Springs Police Chief requested an independent criminal investigation days after the incident. On July 8th, more than a month after the altercation, Officer Hanning was charged with felony assault on an at-risk adult. The chief tells Denver7 the department took decisive action to address this incident and that the incident is not reflective of our organization. Yet, neither the department nor the DA have released body cam video from that night.
Obviously, what's on this body-worn camera is going to be not good.
The DA's office tells Denver7 we are working with the court this week to determine the release of the body cam footage. Officer Hanning is due in court Tuesday morning. For Denver7, I'm Gary Brode.
Up next, new information on the Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. One may require a booster shot, the other may be linked to a neurological condition.
Plus, cycling's biggest stage may have a new U.S. superstar. We'll introduce you to the Durango Kid. And we'll show you a couple ways the All-Star Game could leave a lasting legacy in Colorado.
Adults, this gives us the very platform that we need to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
A lot of smoke and haze out there. I'll let you know if there's any rain coming our way to help clean the skies.